It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Mike Evans. He's coming up a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Bucs and the Saints, and it's coming up next.
First opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton, and Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
The former #1 overall pick has had his ups and downs in recent seasons, but he finished strong last year and inherits a really good offense in Tampa that should set him up for success.
Now a 3rd-round pick a year ago. Here's Rachaad White. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the numbers for White a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd down, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now it's Wilson. The return man, Wilson. Fighting his way through contact. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center. After 9 seasons as a Raider, Derek Carr is the guy. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Throwing now is Carr. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Mayfield on play action. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards. They go play action. Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown. Make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Two yards to go, 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll leave this one for White. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Play fake. Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They stay on the ground with White. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it's...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, Wilson. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Again, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
To throw is Carr. This is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. Said Wilson, 33 yards. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, the
point after. Good by Groupie. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Mayfield. And a fast footwork by White. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch,
oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football back as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now after the INT, it's Carr. They'll roll him out right. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down.
Big time side. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Throwing. Mayfield. He's got Renfro on the out route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. Here's Mayfield. Here's White. They set up the screen. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And again, it's Mayfield. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Baker Mayfield, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
29.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we reach halftime. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Derek Carr and the Saints set to go back on offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
They go play action here on first down. He lets it go deep for Olave. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The drive starts with a run by White. And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
King!
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Here's Carr to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Carr going to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
93.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. He's got room past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for the Saints. First down.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Carr completes it. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Carr again. Little short pass here to Hill. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave, 52 yards. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Mayfield now on second down. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, and you put the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
They run straight ahead here with White. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Hunter Renfrow, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bucs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
And now it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now, much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10
at their own 24.
93. 93.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And Wilson with it, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. On 1st down, Carr.
And this one taken in by Olave.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry, 28 yards. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And that cuts this lead down to 13.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Now White lost the football, and this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was open.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football after.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Carr now to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Carr to throw again.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year.
And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The point after, good by Groupie.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brian Brzee
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Mayfield down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down by 6, a minute 14 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Throwing his Carr.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Express. 29. 29. 808.
Now Carr. Connecting with Hill.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Carr to throw.
That'll be caught by Hill. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for this. There he goes, left side. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet.
They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by a touchdown. 25 seconds remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Here's Carr. That's caught by Wilson. And he'll have a 1st down as he's able to work his way out of bounds with 14 seconds remaining.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want.
And this will be caught at the 30.
And we've got a timeout.
9 seconds remaining. Here's 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Carr. That's pulled in by Wilson. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. One final try now for Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked before he can get rid of the football. And they remain down by a point. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Bucs are on this one. And that should just about do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position,